I structure my entire year for summer campus. So I try to figure out as soon as possible when the dates are so I can come back here. It's an incredible initiative of the leadership here at the Russian Presidential Academy. And to me, it's an absolute joy to interact with these students, not just from all over the world, but particularly to unite such a large university. I think it's a fantastic incentive to have students compete, to have a chance to come here and learn from international experts and to be around students from all the different regions in Russia, but also from 15 to 20 different countries. Two particular differences that I notice. First is the majority of the students here are coming from the same university but would never have interaction with each other because of the size and the scope of such an important and large university like RANEPA. And so when they finally meet here, even though they have so many differences, they have that unifying attachment to the Russian Presidential Academy. And it's beautiful to see them start to realize that throughout the 10 days that they spend at campus. The second aspect that I find to be so inspiring about the summer campus is just the layout of this place. There's a perfect interplay of nature, of unique heritage here in Tatarstan, combined with experts coming in from so many different fields and disciplines, but also countries. There's this vibrant energy that you see pulsating throughout the day. And to me, it's amazing. The students only sleep 2 or 3 hours a night, but they still have a bounce in their step on day 7 and day 8, and I think a lot of that's attributed to the unique design of the summer campus. So I have 2 sessions here at summer campus. The first one today was on changing the paradigm of leadership in the 21st century, and the ultimate argument was we need to redefine what the word education means. So education, there are 2 different Latin roots, educare and educare. One can mean to train or to mold, and the other can mean to lead out. And so the way that I define education is, how do you find a way to get outside of your own default neural settings in your brain? That we all have these cognitive deficits that lead us to make poor decisions or to have bad judgment or not to solve problems that are complex because we don't necessarily have the imagination to do so. And so what we worked on with the students today is how can you find a way to get outside of these intellectual biases that we have. So I gave them a battery of questions, seemingly simple, that typically 80 to 90% of students miss. Because that's the exact issue that we face when we look at these cognitive biases, is we think we know the answer, but we actually don't. And then we worked on prescriptions and specific suggestions to overcome those. Tomorrow I'll give a lecture on how you can communicate your message in an increasingly complex world, in a world where there's so much information. How can you fight through that glut of information and really connect with your audience? And I'm going to, in particular, try to prepare them for their final case study presentations. And I'm looking forward to having another session. I'll try to influence the organizing committee maybe to give me a 3rd or a 4th session, because it's so much fun to interact with these students. Cognitive deficits, cognitive biases.
Cognitive deficits, and how to become good in leadership.
I'm going to wait to answer that question until my book comes out. But then also I need to save this because there were 7,000 applications for this summer campus. Only 220 made it, and I'm only keeping this information private for right now. So you don't get that access, only the students do.